always been interested in acting. Like, ever since I was a kid, I can remember, like, loving to entertain people. Like, I consider myself an entertainer more than, like, an actor, I guess. I just love making people laugh. I love making people feel things. When I was younger, I would watch TV shows and movies and just mimic them to death. Robin Williams was, like, one of my go-tos. Like, Robin Williams and the Genie was, like, my sweet spot. I loved doing that sort of stuff. And, The Lion King, a lot of Disney stuff. I love just quoting and acting and mimicking. So mimicry, you know, is really where a lot of that came into place. But as I got older, in high school, I did the, you know, all the theater thing in high school and the choir. Then into college, I went to Weber State University and got a bachelor's in musical theater. Well, I think live theater is like my baby. I love live theater, and I will always want to do live theater. I would love to do film or television. I think that'd be great. But one of my really fun things, and this goes back to mimicking, is voiceover work. I love doing voiceover work. And my goal in life is to get on a long-running animated TV show. I want to be the voice of some character, and I want to be an action figure. But yeah, voiceover is something I love to do. I'm very into cosplay. I'm a member of the 501st Legion, which is an international Star Wars costuming charity organization. One of my main costumes I do for them is Emperor Palpatine from Return of the Jedi. Being a mimicker, you know, I had a pretty good Australian accent in my back pocket. And I watched the movie itself, Strictly Ballroom by Baz Luhrmann. Jenny, who's the director, she's like, hey, have you thought about auditioning? And I thought, no, because I'm not a dancer. And she's like, oh no, there's these roles that I think you'd be perfect for, so please audition. I'm like, oh, okay. So I watched the movie, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty fun. This is funny, very tongue-in-cheek, and very Baz Luhrmann, and I love his style, so that was a lot of fun. And so brushed up the Australian accent and came and auditioned and got cast as Barry Fife, president of the Australian Federation of Dance. It's about trust, honestly. Like, acting is all about trust. And if you trust your scene mates and they trust you, you can basically do anything together. And that's a big thing. And so physical comedy, you know, like with the woman who plays Vanessa, you know, she has to trust me that I'm not actually going to be tossing her around and hurting her and doing anything like that. I'm, you know, acting and I'm in control and she's in control the whole time. But Barry, yes, he's a very forceful, very physical kind of guy when he has to be. I'm pretty sturdily built, and so I use that as Barry Fife. You know, like, you know, strong arm someone a little bit or force someone to do what I want a little bit physically. And some things, you know, you just gotta try. Like the handshake that I do, you know, it's just a shake, shake, pull, which is something that actually, you know, our current president of the United States frequently does when he shakes hands. And just one of those things like, yeah, okay, a physically assertive movement. He's out for number one. He's going to do what is best for him, but on the flip side, he wants to do what's best for the Federation. And he feels, like, seriously, he feels that what Scott's doing is a threat to the Federation of Dance. Like, this is how we've done it for years, this is how we're going to continue to do it, and that's why we survive. There's one scene where he has a nightmare, and he gives a speech to, like, these people in his nightmare, like, remember that our Federation is based on two glorious things, tradition and repetition. And so that's honestly what he feels, that if we continue doing this how we've always done it, and we repeat it over and over again, we'll only get stronger together. And so Scott comes in, and Fran, his partner, and they threaten that, and that threatens not only the Federation itself, is which something I truly believe in, but also it threatens Barry Fife. And something about Barry Fife, you know, he's the villain of the musical. But whenever you play a villain, which I've had the opportunity to do many times, you're not evil for the sake of being evil. So that's why you have to think about, okay, why is this person, like, logically doing this? There's this one line that's leading into the flashback sequence where I say, flippin' heck. And now it's funny because a lot of people think that that's an edited line. But no, like, that's an actual line in the script. Baz Luhrmann wrote that line. Hearing that too, just flippin' heck in the Australian accent, like, and with the passion that I choose to put behind it, it is just so funny to me. Flippin' heck. So they've chosen, my character in the film is very much like this. He has very, very bad spray tan, very orange, and he has a very, very bad toupee. And one of my lines is, if this happens, we're gonna have to shut down, and I'm gonna have to focus on my media career and maybe politics. And so when I say, and maybe politics, and like I do this with my hands, like with something that, you know, President Trump often does. So I say, I'm gonna have to focus on my media career, maybe politics.